Now that the Iconian War is over, it is time to rebuild the Empire. That means looking for new places to expand. On the edge of the Alpha Quadrant, near Ferenginar, our astrophysicists have noticed a star that is suddenly fading. They do not understand why it is dying, but they want more detailed information before the star goes out. They also say that there may be valuable resources to harvest from the system, so we should take this opportunity before the Ferengi do. I want you to prepare your ship for deep space exploration and head to this dying star. Discover anything that may be useful to the Empire.
We've received instructions to pick up a stellar phenomena specialist, a Cardassian scientist by the name of Tenora Zuval. She's currently at Deep Space Nine. We can beam her directly aboard from the station. Noted. We'll pick up the specialist when we reach Deep Space Nine.
Thank you for the pickup. I'm Tenora Zuval. Let's get started. My preliminary observations show some kind of unknown stellar problem. This unexplored system near Ferenginar is undergoing solar death. Basically, it's as if the star is going out suddenly, but there's no good reason why. We need to get close enough to take some readings and see what we can figure out.
I see. Helm, depart from Deep Space Nine. We've arrived in system, about 0.5 AU from the star, sir. Still no indication of what's causing the stellar decay. AU is an astronomical unit from the Earth to the Sun. Detecting only gas giants in system. No signs of rocky planets other than the occasional moon for the Jovians. We're a little outside optimal range. We could probably get better resolution on sensors if we nudged a few kilometers closer. Let's move in closer, get some readings of the star, and see if we can figure this out. Initiating scan.
Getting swamped with solar radiation. Try reducing the gain on your sensors.
Narrowing EM band.
Initial results don't make any sense. The star's core reactions are failing, but it still has so much mass that it should be conducting fusion. It's as if it suddenly decided that it was no longer going to do hydrogen fusion, just heavier fusion processes.
Let's collect some stellar particles and see if we can find any clues with a more detailed analysis.
This kind of matter is ejected during corona events. We should be able to collect some with your ship's ram scopes if we head to one of the ejection zones.
We'll set up a plot of locations where we can take samples.
Results are coming in now. This still isn't making any sense. It's as if the star's life cycle was suddenly accelerated somehow, but it never went through an expansion cycle. There's no good explanation for this yet. Maybe something else in the system caused it.
What if this phenomenon affected other bodies in the system as well?
If this is system-wide, we should find evidence of similar problems, with nuclear and chemical reactions in the system's gaseous bodies. There's a large amount of gaseous stellar matter further from the star. We should have no trouble checking that hypothesis.
Set a course for the next closest body in system.
This is very strange. Usually nebulae are massive clouds between star systems. Finding a micronebula in system like this is quite rare. This may be the result of an event such as a cosmic string, shearing through a gas giant and turning it back into particulate matter. I'll need some more readings to know for certain.
Determine the best places to scan for information. All the particulate matter will make your ship's sensors unreliable beyond a few kilocams, and shields will be offline. The best we'll be able to do is check small areas until we get close to something unusual. We should head to where the deionized particle density is highest. Switch to short-range scanners. clues. Reading deionized particles, icy fragments, trace amounts of inert materials. Picking up some low-level distortion, possibly from impulse engines. Another ship may have been here recently. Keep searching. If there's another ship here, we should see if they know anything. Readings indicate agitated particles and trace heat, residual trail from an impulse engine. Reading an energy surge, possibly something headed this way. Tholians, what are they doing this far from the assembly?
Data is coming in now. Nothing unusual coming in from the nebula, but those Tholian ships were quite far from home. Unfortunately, they can't give us answers. Looks like there's some heavy ionization on the far side of the nebula, though. As if it's receiving some kind of reflected radiation from one of the gas giants.
Set a course for that gas giant. There's a large asteroid ring around this gas giant, sir. We're reading a few metallic asteroids and some low-level radiation. Maybe some additional clues, but nothing concrete. There's a lot of small debris moving at high speed here. Nothing we can't clear up with our weapons, but we'll just need to make sure not to miss. Helm, stand by for evasive maneuvers. Set course for the largest radioactive asteroid. Asteroid is mostly silicates with a few deposits of iron and magnesium. Nothing particularly special. Move on. This asteroid has some zinc, copper, cobalt, plus traces of tungsten and mercury. A bit uncommon, but it doesn't give us any clues. Move to another asteroid. Large amounts of nickel, some titanium, and uranium. Lots of silicon. Here's something interesting, sir. This asteroid's been excavated. Along the side, looks like someone used a primitive mechanical probe to crack part of the asteroid and remove some of it. Low-grade warp signature, nothing sophisticated. Someone's been here, but probably not with the kind of technology that could explain these stellar problems. Let's get closer to that gas giant and its moons and see if we can't find any other clues. Plotting an optimal location for scanning the gas giant and its moons should be on the display now. This is interesting. We're picking up several moons around the gas giant, and some of them are habitable. Dahar Master, I'm picking up comm traffic. One of these moons is inhabited. Why didn't we pick this up outside the system? There are thousands of background signals in space, sir, many from civilizations we haven't encountered yet. Since a preliminary long-range scan of the system showed no M or L-class planets, it seems that nobody thought that it would be inhabited. Our computers just classified these signals as ambient background until we were right on top of the transmitters. Universal Translator is updating now. Any signs of starships or bases? A few minor orbital facilities, significant industrial infrastructure, 8 billion inhabitants. Sir, I'm picking up a few low-power warp trails. Nothing the size of a starship, maybe a handful of probes. There's evidence that we've come across an early warp-capable civilization here. Yellow alert, this species may be a useful client species for the Empire. Prepare for more detailed scans.
Greetings, unknown vessel. This is Administrator Kumar K. Please provide identification.
This is Dahar Master Atretia of the AFS Willamette. I represent the Klingon Empire.
Welcome to Lukari. Visitors here are rare, but we're always gratified by the chance to meet and exchange information with travelers. I regret that you have arrived at a difficult time. You may have noticed that our home star has become unstable. I'm leading a project to try to reignite the star. Unfortunately, we've already suffered severe disruptions, and we have a lot of problems to tackle right now.
You've had visitors of other species?
Yes, we've previously had contact with the Zenkethi and the Ferengi. We've heard a bit about the Deferi and the Breen, but they haven't ever been to our system. Our home world provides for all of our raw material needs, along with a few mining outposts around the asteroids and the gas giant. We've never had a compelling need to engage in space exploration. And now that our sun is going out, we're screwed scrambling everything we've got to see if we can find a solution or a way to evacuate at least a few of our people.
We noticed the problems with your star. We came to investigate why this is happening.
These problems started only recently, just a few days ago. Our astronomers noted a significant shift in the star's output, and now it looks like it's guttering and dying. If we can't solve this problem, it's the end of our species. I'm the project leader for our solar probe team. We're going to try to restart fusion with a quantum chromodynamic accretion burst, but honestly, this is a colossal problem, and it may be beyond us.
My ship is part of a larger fleet. We have advanced technology and we may be able to assist you.
We have a solar probe ready that contains the booster module that needs to be fired into the star. It's capable of warp 2. There's a problem, though. The probe's remote navigation systems don't work. All of the interference from the solar flaring and guttering is blocking the signal. Could your ship get a trajectory plot so that we could set a pre-programmed course?
We'll look into it. We can use our astrometric computer to build a plot.
We're getting your telemetry now. I'll have my engineers prepare the probe. Let's see if this works. Nothing to worry about, just the future of my planet.
We'll hold position for you to launch the probe.
The probe's made it out of orbit. Engaging secondary boosters to head out of planetary range.
Probe's engines are hitting full burn.
It's gone to warp.
We're tracking telemetry for the probe, its
The
guidance
probe
systems
is
and
arriving
sensors are
at the
functioning
solar
in spite of the
corona.
interference.
Deploying chromodynamic booster. No effect. It didn't work. Well, repeat. It didn't work. Well, that was our one shot. Thank you for trying to help. I'm not sure what to try next. Maybe we can evacuate a few people. I'm not going to give up. But the situation is grim. If your people can offer any other help, we would welcome it. But I just don't see a way to relocate 8 billion people in the next few hours.
We are not necessarily out of solutions. We might still be able to find a way to reignite the star. Sir, unknown vessel is entering system. Small, but can't get a reading through its hull. Getting very strange readings from the ship. Can't read the interior at all.
My name is Caldano. Looks like I've arrived at the perfect time. I'm here to help with the problem with this star. I'm a scientist, and I have some specialized knowledge that can help.
It's nice to meet you, Cal. Your help will be appreciated.
With apologies for the interruption, this is my home star. My people are the ones at risk here. If you have some way to reverse this process, my people should be involved.
Agreed. Since no other solutions have presented themselves, we should at least hear him out.
All right, I'm willing to do so, but it will take me a little while to get a shuttle out there. As you might imagine, things are a little hectic over here right now.
Don't worry, we won't need a shuttle.
You won't be able to get a lock on my ship interior due to the subspace manifolds. I'll go ahead and bring you aboard. Welcome aboard. I'm Caldano.
You moved me here without crossing the intervening space. You have quantum teleportation technology.
Yes, we call it a transporter. It has a limited range, but it's useful for going from surface to ship.
Impossible! This ship's interior is massive, even though it's no bigger than a shuttle.
My ship uses compactified subspace folds. It's bigger on the inside.
Right now, though, we have bigger issues to handle.
This is all quite overwhelming. This Caldano person is another stranger from somewhere else? And you're here to help with our dying star?
Yes, we came to investigate the star, and now we're involved.
Oh. Yes, I suppose I can see how a star suddenly dying might attract someone's attention.
The Klingon Empire is also quite interested in knowing more about your people. We always welcome strong allies.
It's an odd coincidence. We'd probably never have met if it weren't for the trouble with the star. My people have never really had any desire to go exploring out there. We've sent a few probes and met a couple of neighbors, but we're happy at home, and we have what we need, so why risk it? I guess this crisis answers that question. The galaxy is bigger than us, and to survive, we need to look past just our homeworld.
My people are warriors with a proud tradition. We do not shirk from danger or from confronting problems directly.
It sounds like you have a lot of experience in meeting other kinds of people. Maybe if we survive this, we can take the chance and learn more about each other, to talk about what we might have in common and what we have to offer.
I'm sure that my people will want to open relations. Your experience here will make you a natural choice to participate in those discussions.
What can I do to help? My home is at risk. I want to do something, to be involved in solving this problem.
Stay with Caldano. This is his ship, so he can probably explain it best.
Welcome to my ship. Don't be alarmed. This vessel is from the 31st century, and it has some technology you may not recognize yet. I can assure you, though, that I'm here to help.
That explains why I wasn't able to scan through your ship's hull, or how you're able to have technology that can repair a dying star.
Correct. I'm associated with the temporal division of... well, let's just say that I'm an ally from the future, and I'm here to save the Lucari star.
So this involves changing the time stream. I've had about enough of that recently.
No, I'm trying to prevent changes. Someone's tampered with this star. It's not supposed to die out here. The Lucari don't disappear today, at least not if we have any say in it. I have some technology that can help, but we'll need to rework it in order to repair the star's fusion processes. What I need you to do is help me align this matrix to match the star's original spectrum.
All right, I'll try to align the matrix.
I'll regulate the device's main power state from this console.
Sir, while scanning, I got some data on Caldano, and it's a little surprising. He seems to be a hybrid of human and Vulcan, with a small amount of DNA from the people of this world. Apparently, at some future date, these people, the Lucari, have a stronger tie with the rest of the galaxy. So he's not just protecting this planet, he's protecting his own ancestors from annihilation. This actually means he's probably more reliable. Let's finish repairing the star.
Sounds like whoever tried to destabilize the Lucari star has decided to come knocking. Let's see. They're packing a real wallop. Shields just went down. We have incoming.
Weapons ready. Prepare to repel boarders.
We've got a breather. Now I just have to charge the device and prepare it for use. In just a few minutes, it'll propagate a quantum wave shift that should correct the star's stalled fusion process. You should head back to your ship, and I'll send the administrator back home. The device is charging. We should be just a few minutes away from repairing the star now.
Standing by.
Give us the talks, mutant.
Just wonderful. Now the Tholians want my quantum phase inhibitor.
You will surrender the talks, mutant, or you will be destroyed.
Obviously, we can't let them have it. Just need a little more time and we can rejuvenate the star.
Capacitor's full. Firing in 3 seconds. Activating the rejuvenator.
It's working. Look at the star. Check the spectral readings. The fusion process is reigniting, and it's returning to normal.
Readings are stabilizing. The shockwave should be barely noticeable by the Lucari.
Some of those ships have just arrived at our home system. They're attacking our homeworld. We don't have any way to repel starships like this. Please help us.
On our way.
The Tholians have managed to get my ship in a web. I need your help. They've stolen my quantum phase inhibitor. Thanks for the save, but the Tholians managed to steal the Tox Utot while they had my ship webbed. That must have been their plan all along. My data suggests that the Tholians used a trilithium warhead to destabilize the star. But the amount of resources needed to build such a weapon makes it inefficient, to say the least. No, I suspect that somehow they knew that I'd come here to save this star, and that I would bring the Tox Utot. Fortunately, the Lucari star is safe. However, nobody else will be as long as the Tholians have that device. They could use it to snuff out or destabilize stars anywhere they want.
We'll have to get it back from them somehow, but that means we have to figure out their next target.
I have some thoughts on that, but I will need to do some calculations. These events and the Tox Utot itself are tied up in the temporal Cold War. The Tholians may not care, but by using the Tox Utot, they risk distorting the timeline by wiping out civilizations that are supposed to survive into the future, such as the Lucari. I'll be in touch. At least now the Lucari will have a promising future.
Understood.
Caldano is correct. You have preserved our future. My people will be forever grateful, not to mention my personal gratitude, of course. I think we have a bright future ahead of us, if you'll forgive my play on words. I am eager to see where it leads. Thank you once again.
My people will contact you again soon. We have many matters to discuss.
I wish I could ask you about your science, your trade, your society. But I suppose there will be time for all of that now that our crisis has been averted. Won't there?
The Empire will send ships soon to evaluate your world and your technology. You will have many opportunities to find a place of honor with us.
I think our friend the administrator here is going to need a ride home. Would you mind? If you'll pick her up and take her home, I'll start looking for more data about the Tholians' plans.
We'll rendezvous with you shortly.
I have collected an amazing amount of information about what happened to this star. Thank you for bringing me along. Once we're back in Allied space, I'll take a shuttle home.
It seems that first contact with the Lucari has gotten off to a reasonable start. Now we just have to hope that when the Tholians show up again with the Tox Utot, we can stop them from doing anything disastrous. We are ready to leave the system on your orders, sir. Depart the system.
Finding a new species, especially one with warp technology, is a welcome event. Though we know little about them now, we will test their mettle and determine whether they will make worthy clients of the Empire. Our scientists will review your findings regarding this Tox Uthot. It is far too powerful a weapon to be left in the erratic talons of the Tholians.